so we can break apart the hit me if I seem a little unimpressed with this. An antisocial pessimist, but usually I don't mess with this. And I know you mean only the best, and your intentions aren't to bother me. But honestly, I'd rather be somewhere with my people. We can kick it and just listen to some music with a message. And we'll discuss our big dreams, how we plan to take over the planet. So pardon my manners, I hope you'll understand that I'll be here. Not there in the kitchen with the girl who's always gossiping about her friends. I'll tell them I'll be here, right next to the boy who's throwing up.
A very good morning to you. How you doing? And welcome to yet another exciting episode of Life and Style. That's how you start your Friday morning, with a shrub, and then you just run over it. I'm your host, Mikali, and this is the Everyday Woman. Super excited today to talk about natural hair. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, so I tried. Since I decided I'm not going to show my hair this year, so I had to not come with a wig for this conversation, but put it in a topic. I hope it looks good. Okay, with me today I have amazing ladies, and I'm going to be talking about the natural hair, our kinky hair, how to take care of it, the struggles of making sure that it looks good, and also the technologies that have been put together to make this journey super easy for each and every one of us. So how you doing, ladies?
Hey girl.
Hey, I feel like we're going to have a good time. Welcome to the show. Kindly introduce yourself to the people. We're going to start with the lovely lady on my left.
Thank you. My name is Anita Mogere. I am a blogger and a new YouTuber by the name From Curves with Love, and I blog about natural hair, fashion, beauty, skincare, lifestyle.
Perfect. Natural hair. That's why you're here. We're going to talk about the curves. I think the next. We need to talk about curves. We need to talk about curves. All right.
Hi, Mwikali.
Hi, dear.
Thanks for having me. My name is Michelle Kashantalami. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm the CEO and founder of Marini Naturals, which is actually Kenya's first hair care line for women of natural hair like myself. Women and men, actually, of natural hair, including dreadlocks.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
You guys have dreadlocks in here. You remember those dreadlocks?
Yeah.
They're still in here.
And FYI, these are my friends and brand ambassadors as well. So I've come with the both of them.
They're representing you well.
Yes,
they
yes,
are.
they
They
do.
are. Okay.
Hello.
Hey.
Thanks for having me. My name is Wangari Mashiri. I'm an engineer. I'm also a blogger. Natural hair, lifestyle, travel, everything fun.
Mlichaguana, this is what's up, eh?
Yeah, literally, what's up?
And I love, you mentioned something about the first hair hair product line that is taking care of our hair.
Yeah.
Do you know how weird that sounds?
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because this is our hair. We were born with this hair, and we never had anyone come up with something for our hair.
Exactly.
It was hair glow.
Exactly.
You remember?
Yeah.
You remember hair glow? And then there was presser.
Dax.
You remember that?
Sulfur A.
Sulfur A. Oh my God, I use Sulfur A.
Sulfur A.
Yes. So all those products came into the market. We loved them. We embraced them. And the hot comb. Wait, that would last the whole semester in school. Like, okay, finally, every opening day, you're good to go.
No washing hair till it goes.
No, you can't.
Oh, yeah,
no,
yeah,
you can't.
but
You wouldn't. You would. How?
Then you wash it.
The shrinkage.
But it's so weird. It's our hair. But then we were so eager. We were so fast to embrace chemicals. And well, this is the time you pick up that Princey or that Depa who was like, well, I'll make a chemical look on your lower side. So yeah, there was no chemical in my school, so at least there was that. And then primary school, we had to shave our hair. So I think natural hair was something that I did for a while without realizing. So out of rebellion, when you're done with school, now it's when you want, is a chemical or you want to everything, and then you just cut your hair and all of that. But did it come naturally to all of you? How did it begin? Did you know that you wanted to have natural hair? Did you even know it's a thing growing up?
Well, not really. I always had natural hair, but when I joined high school, my mom was like, no, just perm your hair, relax it, it's easier to manage.
Yeah.
So I went with that notion to high school. just because you can pass a comb through your hair, it's easier to manage. As opposed to natural hair where, you know, you get broken combs. It's a struggle.
Yes,
so when you wash it, it's like... So for me, combed hair was the way out.
Okay.
To be able to manage the hair.
And so how did you get out of that into natural hair?
My hair cuts.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it cut a lot. So then it really thinned out, and then I was like, you know what, I have to start afresh. Because my hair was not looking nice. It was very dull, very thin. I needed a fresh start, to be honest.
Then you said something earlier that I'm sure I want you to say on camera, like you cut your hair so that you can palm it again.
Yes. Let me tell you. Okay, in high school, my hair started to cut from the back. So I had like natural hair at the back. You know when you get the growth?
Yes.
So my hair cut, and then I had to like relax the growth back. So my hair was very like different lengths all around.
Yeah.
So by the time I joined uni, my hair was still limp, lifeless. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this Rihanna bob, and then I did that with the notion of I'm gonna grow it out, and then give it a year. I'm gonna relax my hair again because I had really healthy, relaxed hair the first time I did it.
Okay.
And then as time moved along, obviously I didn't know how to take care of relaxed hair either. I used to swim, wake up in the morning, and wear pink lotion and move. Like, I never used to wash my hair.
What is it still?
Pink lotion, exactly.
Pink lotion.
Yeah. So that's, I don't know. So I kind of stumbled upon it,
Okay.
to be honest, because I decided, okay, let me see. And then it's actually a point where I discovered natural hair blogging and vlogging. So I was like, let me see how I can make this work for me.
Interesting. Interesting. Michelle?
For me, actually, my story is very different from Anita. Whereas her mom was encouraging her to relax her hair, my mom was against relaxing my hair for the longest time. And today, I wish I listened. Moms are always right. Because when I went to high school, I was in Loreto Limuru. Loreto Limuru, not Chalks. People always confuse with Chalks. And of course, it's Limuru, so it's very cold. So your hair will shrink naturally, even without it getting water. So I kept crying to my mom that I want to relax it, and all my friends had relaxed their hair. And she was like, no, you shouldn't relax it. One day you will thank me for this. It's unhealthy. It will burn your scalp. Fast forward to over 10 years later, she was right.
Yeah.
But now how I became natural is about 5 years ago. It's actually a very personal journey. 5 years ago, my dad got unwell. So he was unfortunately diagnosed with cancer. And my whole family, my siblings, my mom, we wanted to go through the journey with him in terms of what he was eating, what he was applying on his skin, because it literally, there was a 360-degree change in our lifestyle, even us, just by being family. So we wanted to just reevaluate everything we were doing. So we started juicing with him, we started exercising, I cut out so many unhealthy foods and all the chemicals. We literally trashed everything in our kitchen that we felt had chemicals, and we started afresh. So where you'd see soda cans and I don't know, junk food in the fridge, we just removed it all out, put vegetables and all that. And one of the things that I thought of was also my hair, and the way I always go to the salon and put these chemicals that for years I've thought it's cool to have straight hair, but every time, if you guys remember, every time you relax your hair, there's a burning sensation.
Yes.
Like, what is that
Yes.
thing? So I was like, also that has to go. I just really wanted to be as natural as I could. Of course, we're all human. We won't always live, righteously. But I just wanted to be as natural as I could. So I went to the barber. Actually, it was my hairstylist, Hair by Alexi. He's still there until today. And I told him that actually I'm done with chemicals. I'm done with that thing for Aijashika, like...
Oh my God, yes.
Lalisha zote. I told him I'm done with that. Cut my hair, let me just grow it afresh. I didn't even tell him the reason. And that was my turning point. I never looked back. This was 2013, I remember, around July. Until today, I've never looked back. I've just always grown it natural. I've had a couple of big chops in between. Big chops means cutting my hair again.
Yeah.
Literally as recent as last year, June.
Okay.
So this is a growing big chop. But I just maintain it and take care of it with a very simple regimen.
Beautiful. That's pretty personal, like you said.
Yeah.
I love your hair. I don't know how you make it just stay like that.
Right there, it just sits there.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
So for me it was a bit different. I studied in Australia for a few years. So when I'd be here, I was addicted to the creamy crack.
Yeah.
And I'd be the person in salon who used 2 tubs, so they charge you more.
Wow.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
You need 2 tubs. Huh?
Yes.
So you take the Beautiful Beginnings, 2 of them, and that's the only thing that could tame my hair at that point. But then when I went to Australia, there was not really anyone to take care of our hair. When you go to a salon, anyone who would know anything close to our hair would charge you $500 as a student. I just said it doesn't make sense. So I would braid my hair half the year. So I'd come, you know, in a package, you do the small twists.
Yes.
Then you grow them out for as long as possible to the point where you're wearing head wraps and all that just to, you know, to maintain. And then of course when I removed it, I'd had a lot of growth.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to wait to come back again to relax it again. And so at some point I just got tired and said, you know what, I'm just going to grow it out. So I never big chopped. I actually just grew out the relaxed hair. And then just finally it fell off, or like was slowly trimmed off through the journey, and that was 9 years ago. So I've been natural for 9 years.
9 years. Wow, and the award goes to, you know, 9 years is
actually.
quite.
And then that's when before people had even discovered this whole
Yes.
natural
Yeah.
thing. So I get a lot of questions. Everyone would ask, so why is your hair like that? What do you do to it? How do you maintain it? What products do you use?
Yes.
And I'd be mixing olive oil and, you know, shea butter that I've imported from somewhere, you know, to make products, because there's nothing in the market.
You had to stumble your way through it and find something that works for you.
So now then that's why I said, because I keep getting asked this question, let me just start a blog to explain, and then I just direct everybody there. And that's
So one thing we have to agree, it's not been an easy journey. It's not been an easy journey. What are some of the easy things that people can do? I don't understand. What happened when we were young? Our mothers, what did they do? Because there was no chemicals when you were little. It was just, they would sit you down, braid your hair or comb it out and hold it in like a ponytail. If it's at that adolescent stage, the kamosodo is not shikaing vizuri, and it's over here, it's just over here. That's so handling that stage right now. And I like that you all are doing something to help the woman who's trying to grow out kinky hair, if it's through vlogging or Marini and all of that. And first of all, one question, do I have to do the big chop?
No.
No, you definitely
don't have
and
to.
that's what I was saying. You can grow out the hair.
Yeah.
You just have to be
Can-
extra
yeah.
careful, because where the relaxed hair meets natural hair,
They will always, those are 2 different textures.
Right.
So you have to know how to maintain that.
maintain both.
Yeah.
Maintain
but,
what?
but the two
So I have to take care of 2 different hairs in my head.
2 different textures.
Textures.
Yeah.
You just have to be very careful, because it's very weak at that point.
Yeah.
So you want to be sure that you're not pulling too much in terms of the combing or putting too much heat, because the relaxed hair is already damaged.
It's already damaged.
Whereas the newer hair might need a bit more oil and all that. So you might need to just be very careful between the 2.
Wow. 5 years. When did Marini get birthed?
That very year of the discovery of my dad, that's 2013, that's when the idea came to mind. 2014, I spent my time in Europe for studies, so that's when I was really now, you know, fleshing out the idea, visiting factories, visiting just, you know, manufacturing plants and seeing what is really personal care about, because eventually I knew I wanted to start my own production plant in Kenya. And then 2015, the next year, is when the idea came to life. We actually launched November 2015. Yeah. But at that time, we weren't doing the production in-house. We were outsourcing to a company in Kenya, local contract manufacturing company, Kikuyu. From 2015 up until last year when we rebranded.
Yeah.
But now we're doing everything in-house. Kila kitu, it's at our factory industrial area.
Looking at the different journeys that you've had and we've all had with our hair, what are some of those things you'd say you were looking at to make this journey better? What is it? Is it the shea butter? Is it the olive oil? Or there's so many things. There's a friend of mine who has like a spray bottle, and at night when you are all asleep, what is it called?
A spritz.
That thing. And it's all like,
That thing.
and we're watching a movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, I also have natural hair, people, but I don't all the time. So how do you know how to put all those things together to work for you? Does it matter? Does whatever works for you, does it necessarily have to work for me?
No. One of the things you actually ask is, how did our mothers do it and everything?
Yes.
And I always say this, with hair, as well as with skin, less is more. The simpler the regimen, the less the products, the less the manipulation, the less the styling, the less the heat, the more your hair will thrive. So for me, like with Marini Naturals, I wanted to create something very simple, just like a 3-step process: cleanse, condition, seal and style. And that's what my products follow. We have cleansers, we have conditioners, we have stylers.
Okay.
But when I was relaxed, we'd go to the salon and they have to put the creamy crack, and then they have to put some kind of treatment, then a neutralizer to take out. Remember that neutralizer
yes.
thing?
Oh my God, there was
When
a
it turns pink,
neutralizer.
it shows
Yes.
now your hair is fully removed. Too many things, and then you're told, okay, now to take care of your hair so it doesn't cut, use this, use this, use this. And funny thing, my hair never grew. My hair never had this volume, you know. But today, being natural, I've never had this kind of volume, you know. And my regimen is simple, great products, simple hair care regimen, and it thrives.
And I've seen, even for people who've been natural as long as I have, to maintain the volume and to maintain the length as well, the less you do, the better.
Exactly.
The less you do, the better.
Yeah.
So all these things, me, honestly, I have that one friend.
Yeah.
I think they have everything, rose water.
Yeah. Rice water now, actually.
There's rice
Exactly.
water as well.
Yeah.
There's something about snails. Onion juice. Yes. Yes.
I
So
don't understand. Onion juice. Okay.
Let's keep
Yeah.
it to coconut oil and shea butter. Those are tried and tested and proven.
And water.
And water.
okay. So when you were doing all of this, how were you taking care of your hair? Did you know all these things, walking this journey? So what did you do?
Like I said, I stumbled into it.
Yeah.
Then at the time that now I discovered, okay, wow, so I need to, let me see how I can do this. So I was reading blogs.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, okay, so how do I deal with shrunken hair? Then
Yes.
at the time that I was also trying to grow my hair, I also moved to the UK. So I was like, okay, wow. I don't know how to take care of my hair. So I went in braids. Same thing, I stayed with them for like about 4 months. By the time I took them out, my hair was like, wow, okay. So just reading, I started slowly. So I used to just wash, and then I carried, you know, these little bottles of this brand that has the tiny bottles of olive oil.
Yes.
So that's what I carried with me. And I'm like, so we're going to make this one. We have shampoo, we have this. So that's how I literally used to twist just in the oil. After I wash and deep condition, by any conditioner, condition the hair, rinse out, and then just try and like twist. So they're like, okay, so this is what they say when you're supposed to twist. I'm like, try this. So I used to spend most of my time watching videos on natural hair and trying like, wow, okay, let's try it. You know?
And those videos are very misleading, let me tell you.
They are, yeah.
Very
And then you're here with
misleading.
your super kinky hair,
Yeah.
and you don't know how, you're like, wow. So my
Yeah.
because then they, on videos, you watch them just comb it.
I know.
Exactly.
What's in this? They're just,
Very misleading.
and I think they do like gel with the braids and everything. It looks so good.
And hair type is different. The hair type is the ones I was watching. I'll never forget. She's called Natural 85. She really misled me. Right? She has this. Yeah, we love a bad part to her though. But I would like, why isn't my hair coming out as curly as hers, as thick as hers?
Stretching when you wash it.
Stretching.
When she washes it, her hair stretches. So I was like,
You know,
she had a twist out.
I was even contemplating texturizing, but telling guys it's no, that's how my hair is.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, that was the first thing when people started
When
doing
you're
the
a new
curlies. It was
natural.
texturizing your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough when you're new natural because there's just all these things you're seeing and you want your hair to be like that, but you don't go back to chemicals. Literally any product becomes a holy grail. If you see somebody using this, you're like, okay, let me get that sheer moisture, Cantu, Marini, blah, blah, blah. But now I think after a couple of years, you're like, you know what? My hair speaks to me and I know what it wants. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I can literally pass the supermarket aisle full of hair care products. Okay, of course I have Marini.
Yeah,
But
that
even
too.
if I didn't, I would know this works for me, that works for me, buy, and I go home.
Castor oil. Is that for hair?
Yes.
Oh, because I have like a little bottle somewhere. I don't know what to do with
Yeah.
it. I don't know if I spritz it or
Yeah.
do I just pour it in there and just do this. So
I don't like it. I don't
Yeah.
like castor oil. Yes, I think it's
too.
too heavy.
Me too.
Is
It's heavy
it?
for my
I've never
strands.
tried it. It's just there. It's the only hair product I have.
It's great. It's great for growth.
Yeah.
And to sort of do a hot oil treatment and then rinse it off.
Hot oil treatment is like the Jamaican one. What is it?
Jamaican black castor oil. So it's just like doing
I know them. I'm
deep
doing great.
conditioning treatment with a cap, but instead of a deep conditioner, it's hair oil.
Yeah.
It's great for that. But as an everyday oil, it gets heavy on the strands and it's very sticky.
So I prefer to use an oil that's lighter, maybe olive oil,
Yeah,
coconut oil.
coconut. Yeah.
So I'll write you guys a check later.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
I mix mine at least with like olive oil.
Or to
Yeah.
water it down a bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then only use on my scalp.
Yeah.
There's no way I'll use castor oil on my strand.
That's
Yeah,
strands.
on your strands, and it's sticky, so somebody can see that, you know. Yeah.
Okay, now I know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Coming into the market, bringing a product in the market that you're bringing this to people who are texturizing their hair, people who are, what did you call it?
Creamy crack.
Yes.
Creamy crack.
You know,
The addiction
that is
was
what
real.
we're doing, and then here you are talking to people and telling them we can actually work around that hair that breaks combs
Yeah.
with this and this and that. How was it for you breaking into that market?
Wow. It wasn't easy. Again, at the time in 2014, natural hair was not a thing. It wasn't a trend. I mean, there were a few groups here and there that had gone natural, but it wasn't. You know, right now you have even celebrities or vloggers,
yeah.
bloggers,
Our
talking,
first
and it's
lady, our
becoming
first
our
lady,
first lady.
you know?
You know, we have songs about melanin.
Yes.
Yeah, that wasn't there 4 or 5 years ago. So
Yeah.
it was difficult. I'll be very honest. And I remember even telling my siblings that, guys, I think I want to do this full time. And even they were like, me, to go natural. You know, like my sisters and cousins are like, how? As in, may I'll forever relax my hair. It was difficult, but really, like, I knew what I'm getting into, and I knew as soon as I launched in 2015, one of the challenges I knew I'd face is resistance, just to rocking your hair natural, let alone product. So I knew that the first problem to tackle was getting women to embrace their natural hair. So I ran a big campaign called the Get Marinified campaign. Actually, Wangari and Anita were in that campaign in 2016, you guys remember. And I got 30 ladies just from everywhere. Bloggers, vloggers, girls next door, personalities, and did short clips on how to rock your hair. So the video wasn't about Marini, it was how to style your natural hair using Marini. You understand?
Okay.
And it was extremely successful. We started counting how many women were doing the big chop just because of that campaign, because we were asking people. And as far as I can remember, we had about 300 women
My
cut their hair
goodness.
and go natural because of that campaign. Yeah.
Wow.
So I think that gave Marini a confidence boost, so to speak, and in into the market, because guys were like, Anita can rock her hair like that.
Yeah.
You know what? So can I. Wangari can, so can I.
Yeah.
And Marini became their go-to product because we're the ones who taught them, we're the ones who sort of nurtured their natural hair journey. We're telling them, we'll walk with you, we'll guide you.
I think the hairline is just number one, the thing that needs to be talked about everywhere,
Yeah.
because everybody wants protective style, but
Yeah.
the wrong way. So you do the
Exactly.
tightest line.
Yeah.
You know, the braids that start. Is it
Yeah.
fishtail? What is it called? The ones that are really tight at the front.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
That's why the follicles are dying.
Yeah.
That's why you're uprooting the hair.
Yeah.
From
So what do we do? What are some of those creative styles that we can have? Yeah, to
I would
just
say,
protect.
especially
These
Big
guys
wigs
are
and
queens
weaves.
in protective style.
Yeah.
You're speaking to the right
I'll be over here taking notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in terms of even when you're doing a wig or weave, you want to make sure that the line that you do goes across, not back.
Okay.
And that's all around the hairline because then it's protected. So even if you're doing lines all the way back, do one line here, just across. It doesn't look good, but it's under a weave. So it helps with not pulling that hair out.
I didn't even know that.
I did not know that what I have in here is all going back.
Right. And it goes back, but then you think about it, the weight of the hair is
Yeah,
at the back.
keeps
Yeah.
tagging
All it
at
does
it.
is just tug the front of
Oh
the
my
hair.
God. So if you're going to get that wig, please tell them. Eli niende hivi.
At the back
Yeah.
also, and also one at the back. So
Okay.
one at the back and one at the front.
Yeah.
That's one of the big things.
Yeah.
And then of course, just always make sure you massage the kind of the temples,
Yeah.
because that also stimulates growth. So
Okay.
you want it with the oil, so like with the growth oil, when you put it in, it has a really nice applicator. It's so easy to do. Just massage it. Just take care of yourself. Pamper
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
So do it like you're pampering yourself, and that helps stimulate hair growth as well.
Okay,
And
great.
it's not a myth, you will see results.
Yeah.
With that, yeah.
I'm saying.
Oh, you are? What are some of the, would you
there
call
you
this
go.
protective, what you have on?
It is protective. Protective being that your hair is not open, so to speak.
Okay.
Not just
yeah.
being manipulated. So for me,
Oh, that's the other angle of protective.
Protected, yeah.
God, I'm learning so much.
protected, say from the elements, from manipulation.
Yeah.
Especially like now, it's really hot. Some people, their hair gets really dried out, like very crunchy. Yeah. So for me, what works for me by protective styling is low manipulation, because my hair kind of gets weak with too much manipulation. So I usually take breaks in between, 1.5 months, have braids or have something else or hair wraps, and then continue the cycle like that.
Okay.
But what I would say is, because I also suffered from when I
Thinning
was trying to
hairline.
grow my hair out,
Yeah.
I used to braid a lot. So there was
Okay.
a point where the lady who used to braid me used to be so tight. So I stopped going to an market. I cut her off because my hairline was, you know. Yeah. And maybe I have a big head. So now, with that, it does not.
Yeah.
So I kind of cut her off slowly, and then now embraced people who have gentler hands. So make sure your stylist also has gentle hands.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes they really tug and then your hair grows. All that, like mine has come from far, because by the time I cut my hair, it was.
Over there.
Yeah.
My hairline
Mine
was
too.
actually
Mine
way
too.
Oh
back.
my goodness.
And then something else I noticed is that your edges being very much of
Temple.
your hairline is, your temples and the nape of your neck can also be genetic. So it could be owed to your genetic makeup or just your genes generally. For some people you'd find the hairlines, that's just the way they are.
Okay.
So maybe it runs in the family.
So even if you put the serum, it's not.
Like it may
We love you guys.
May or may not, but at least the serum is a good way to start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I'll just give you a very sad story about my hair. So you see with dreadlocks, they style them and do whatever. And then if you have little, now when I started growing natural hair, there were, where I didn't have hair, I think it wasn't, the follicles weren't out. So there were little things over here. Yes. So this guy I used to go to, he had really amazing styles. So he'd fix it and there's a boom thing happening over here. And then he'd take the kinyozi.
The Uzi.
No. The machine, the shaver.
what?
And they'd be like, easy edges, as it kind neat. And I'd sit there. And yeah, because, they'll look neat. I know. This is the reaction I get from, I know.
And that's the thing
Fix
about,
my crown. Yes.
Women, and
I know.
we trust our hairdressers so much.
So much,
Literally, whatever
so
they say
much.
is gospel truth, or whatever they do,
Yeah.
we just let them.
It's like I was going there for the longest time, so I keep imagining if really I hadn't done that, I'd have such beautiful edges. Goodness, I hate that we have to come to the end of this conversation. I know.
But not before I give you this.
What? She has a
I
fucking
brought you some Marini Naturals goodies.
Oh my
You're gonna love
goodness.
them.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
them
Do
out
yes, I would like to know how to use them.
Yes,
I don't want to have that castor oil story. Thank you guys for coming. It's been
Thank you
amazing
so
having this
much
conversation.
for
I've
having
learned so much and I hope my listeners as well.
Yes.
Follow them on their personal pages. Get to know more if you're struggling with your hair. If you need to do the big chop, just go right and do it. If you don't want to do it, they have ways as to how you can take care of your hair as you grow out your mane. It's been lovely. This has been The Everyday Woman with me, Mukali. We're taking a very short commercial break, but you can talk to us on KTN Life Style on Facebook, KTN Life_Style on Twitter and Instagram. SMS is 22840. We'll be back with books and blogs.
Every time they used to fight, it used to put a lot of fear in me. And even in my years of growing up, I grew up in this kind of fear.